Hi, welcome. I know, I know, the beard is gone. I was trying to adjust a little bit here because it was something wrong, and then it went a little off. So I tried to adjust it on the other side, and it went more wrong. So there was no other option than to cut it all off and let it grow back out. So it's coming back. I really don't recognize myself. It's been 2 weeks because, as I said on my first episode, that I have a now 6-month-old son and a family and work. So this is a hobby, and I will upload videos as often as I can, and I have to find a balance. So weekly, bi-weekly, something like that. Now, this is yet again a little different episode because last September, a very good friend of mine asked me for a favor. He started a new music project, and he has always been appreciative of my art or my drawings. So he asked me if I could draw a little man or a little figure that was supposing to help him launch this music project. And I said, of course I'll help you, because of course I want to help my friends. But with a newborn baby and work and everything else, I have been putting it off, and I've been feeling pretty bad about it. And I've always had the intention of just sitting down and doing it, but then I really didn't know how it would look, and I didn't really know what angle I was going for. But just the other day, I was at a meeting at work, and I sat and doodled a little bit, and I got a great idea. So this episode is me doing these little drawings for my friend. Now I have some drawings here. I've always drawn. I've always been painting and drawing. So I will put up better images on the screen, but here is a map for a role-playing game, and I have these little figures that I had for a fun project once, and a hobo, and this one is my friend's favorite, and he has a copy of this in a frame on his wall. Now this isn't Swedish, but it says "the girl that only could build evil snowmen," and the snowman says, "It's because your soul is frozen and your heart is made of ice." And he really liked this one, so he wanted something in a similar style, very clean ink lines, and I think I know how to do it. And also because it just shouldn't be scratching noises from the pen on the papers, there is a little story time as well on this. Yeah, let's crack on, shall we? All right. Okay, so this isn't really the optimal setup because the tripod is somehow getting in the way of my arm, and I'm standing up, and I'm usually sitting down when I'm drawing, but at least I can show you. I have no really expensive paper. This is drawing paper I bought at a local supermarket, and it's okay quality paper. And here is my my set of pens and pencils and stuff like that I will be using, and also these, because I really don't know which pens that are working or in good shape, really. And I think that these A4 papers, I have this frame here, and I will draw an outline that is a square, because if he wants to use them in album covers or something like that, I think, or post them on social media, I think a square format is to prefer. All right. Now the doodle is, I will put it up on screen. It's this little man with a hat on that he's pulled down over his face almost, and enshrouded in darkness. The name of the music project is trasig, and it means broken. And it's not really the type of music I listen to most of the time, but I can find something good in it. Absolutely. And I have also this little man. He is supposed to say something in each of these pictures. It's a little man that's broken inside, and he is searching for the light in his life in all the wrong ways. So it's a series of drawings I'm supposed to do, and I think 4 drawings will do it. And also, I know it's a little cop out, but I think that since the project name is Broken, and it's about an imperfect being trying to find some light in his life, it's no problem if there's small imperfections or rough edges or something like that. But yeah, let's see how we shall do this, okay? We start by, I think, we start by putting him in the corner here, and then we have the speech bubble here, and we leave space for the band or the artist logo up here. Now, I'm not going to scan these. I'm going to send my friend the originals, and he can scan it and vectorize it or tweak it however he wants to. Now, the quote on this one, I know it's hard to see in the dark, but I've become afraid the light will blind me. Now, I draw in pencil first, and then I take the pen afterwards, and I draw this big fat circle first. That's the face, and he has the hat, and a bun like that, so you can see it's a hat, and the sad eyes. Now, I'm not looking for perfection at this point. I'm drawing with pencil, so we're going to adjust this in with pen. All right, and the guy has a hoodie on, and we have the arm like this. Okay, this isn't the best setup. You can't see anything from my hand, and it's far away, and I have to find another solution. All right, I'll be back in a sec. All right, another cheap tripod, and let's hope this will work out for the better. Now, hands, I usually don't put so much emphasis on, at least on these little figures. All right, hoodie has pockets like that, and he has another arm that goes down like this. And pants with a little shoe. Like that. That is the little figure, I think, with those empty eyes. And I'm going to crosshatch the darkness around him. I thought first that I will cover the whole piece with black, and I was going to use watercolors, and then I thought that I'm a positive guy, right? And although it is about the darkness of this character, if I just crosshatch and shadow around him, he perceives the world as dark. It's his darkness. There is light in the life, of course, he's looking for it, but the darkness he perceives is around him. And that way I can crosshatch, I can do something cool, and I don't have to work an entire section black. And if he wants to have the whole cover black, I believe he can do something in a computer at a later stage. But I think this little man here is done. Now, of course, I can't use the same posture or the same placement of him in every image. So it will be 4 different images. Let's see here. I'm writing here. Let's see if I can. I will show you a closer up. You know, while I write this, there is a little snippet of Dennis as my name, as my friend's name is Trossig. So there's a little snippet of the first song that is coming out, and I will play that while I write this. All right, that is the pencil piece done, and now we're going to use a pen. I'm using a 0.2 what's this, drawing pen from a local hobby store, and yeah, let's see. We start with the hat. Now I'm going to outline the edges more, so it's thicker on the outside and thinner on the inside, if that makes any sense. Jaws, a little sickly looking. We can have a little bit of hair down here. Yeah. And I don't know if I should have pupils in the eyes. I think so. Small little pupils that just stare into the nothingness. Line for a nose. A little mouth. And then we continue on with the arm. I try to do as clean and long lines as I can. Now there is risk of failure, of course, but you know, clothes are a little wrinkly, so that's okay. And the first sketch I had for this man, or boy, or kid, or whatever it is, I had skinny jeans. And now that I'm looking at it, I wonder if I should continue with that. But I think that if you're feeling insecure and sad, you tend to hide in baggy clothes and stuff like that. So that will be the clothes that I've chosen, and just small shoes here. All right, now we have a little man, and now I will draw the fatter outline before I start cross hatching with a finer liner again. Now we use a 0.8. You can see point, focus, 0.8. So let's try to make a really fat, nice outline here. And here, it doesn't matter if I'm a little wonky or if it is fatter on some places than on others. This is the start of the darkness that he carries. And also, it's easier to see the character in the picture. You know, it's like a sticker has usually a white edge to it. Now this little man has a black edge to him. And this takes a little time. So after I've done this one,
I will perhaps do a little speed montage with the other one, and then I will show you the finished product of the other two while I'm done, so you don't have to see me make variations of the same character over and over and over again. Even though that can be quite nice, you know. I also watch people paint on YouTube or draw, and we all know the legendary Bob Ross. So that is perhaps a direction I will go in. But let's see here. Let's do all black between the legs here. And below his feet. Now we have a little figure that it's easy to see him. Okay, let's do the speech bubble also. And this one I want to be a little wonky because he's a little insecure in his voice. Maybe he's hungover. Maybe he is feeling depressed. So I will make the speech bubble a little off.
And that is nice. Now let's start to crosshatch around him here and make the darkness that he carries.
And I'll start here so you can see better in the shadow of my hand. But I'll just do little cross hatches like this. And it's irregular, it's random.
So you see there's a little bit of chaos in the darkness in him. And there's no really direction of the shadow. And it overlaps and it repeats, and there's different thickness to it. But I think this will be really good. And let's see how far out we will take this.
Yeah. I think I will take it out quite a bit on the bottom here, and perhaps also connect him and the speech bubble in the cross hatching so it becomes a little irregular. The darkness carries over in his voice. He's afraid of the light, but he's desperate for it. We all want to feel better. What's that sound?
What's that in your pocket?
I will tell you, this is really connected to the project that I'm doing right now. This picture I drew in this picture here that my friend loves, I drew in 2006. And a few years before that, I lived in Helsingborg and I was studying to become a teacher. And just by chance, I bought a harmonica because I just passed by a music store. And then I bought a blues album, Best of Blues, I believe it was, in a neighboring record store. And none of the songs on the blues album was in the same key as my harmonica that I just bought. So I learned how to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and stuff like that. And then one day after a LARP, I was at a LARP after party, and there's this dude there who says, I need musicians for my band. I don't want to tell you what the kind of music it is, but I need musicians. And drunken me says, I know how to play harmonica. And he says, perfect. We rehearse on Tuesday. And I thought this would be fun. So I come up there to the rehearsal room, and I meet all these really, really good musicians. And it's a real band. And I'm there with my one harmonica, and there is only one of their songs that was in the same key as my harmonica. But I learned to play that song, and the next Tuesday, Dennis had bought me another harmonica as a gift so that I could play most of the songs of the band. Now, back then, they always told me to always carry a harmonica with me in my pocket, because you never know when you might need it. Because, hey, maybe you're walking down the street and someone tells you play harmonica or die or something. I don't know which scenario they meant, but I don't always carry a harmonica with me. But if I have a shoulder bag or something like that, I often put down a harmonica in there. Now, I played in that band. We call ourselves Logan, Nevada. It was a country band, and it was a really great time. It was a really great time, and I have very many fond memories of that time. And Dennis was the songwriter and one of the singers, and from the time in the band, I made friends for life there. So that's why I carry a harmonica in my pocket. Something like that. Well, back to the drawing board. Now I've come a little longer in the cross-hatching while I was describing to you why I carry a harmonica in my pocket at random times. I played in that band for, I don't know, I think it was almost 2 years. And then the band split up because, well, some people moved away. Some people was in too many bands to focus on. And there was a little conflict, as there is in bands. But me and the one of the guitarists, we started a little cover duo and played at afterworks and at bars and events and stuff like that. And we carried on for a few years. We called ourselves Mugshot, which we thought was a really cool name. And
he moved away, and then I moved away, and we don't play anymore. And then years passed, and wouldn't you know it, I met a woman who is an artist and plays music, and we started to make a little music together, and I played harmonica on some of her songs. So if you're into Swedish traditional folk pop, I believe is the English version of it, translation for the genre, folk songs. Please give her a listen. I will link to her Spotify below, and I will also link to Dennis' musical projects below. And I think I will, as I crosshatch the final pieces here, I will write the text now, and then as I play, or as I draw the next one, I will do that in a time lapse, or speed it up considerably, and I will play you a song from the band Logan Nevada. We only made a demo that's called Beer is Just Another Word for Love. A very country title if I ever knew one. But it's something I'm proud of to be a part of to this day. Now, when I have inked this, I will use an eraser to erase the pencil. And it will become nice. I will let the ink dry a little bit before I erase it. And I think I really like this result here. Now, I know, he says, I know it's hard to see in the dark, but I've become afraid the light will blind me. And I think when you're feeling bad or a bit low or lonely, I think there is a fear of feeling well. I think there's a feeling of getting lost or not being yourself or feeling fake if you're happy. Because the sadness or the darkness has become kind of part of you. And then I don't know. I think you shouldn't stop looking, and I think you should accept light or happiness wherever you can find it. And I do a little bit of cross hatching that has come loose, and like the darkness is emanating from him. Yeah, I think this is really nice.
See here. Here he is. Little man. And here's the text. Yeah. That's one down. And 3 to go. All right. Now, the quote for the next one is, I'm always reaching for the light, but I'm afraid it will burn. And I think that's kind of the same problem. You know, I'm afraid the light will blind me. I won't recognize who I am. And I am afraid it will burn is also kind of the same problem, but put in a different way. I was first thinking of writing stuff like I long for light so much I wonder if it will help setting my world on fire or something like that. But I don't know, I thought it was too destructive and too and you know that you give in to the darkness more. So I really want to make the little man focus on feeling better or feeling better or stuff like that. I don't want him to be destructive to himself and to others. And I hope this will do. So I will put this in a time lapse, and then I will come back to you.
Taking my mind back home again. Cold beer in the sand, wishing I could smile back again. Still I'm sad to be the one who's left behind. All the boys will tell what a wonderful girl you are. Remembering the days when all was fine and we were friends. When I walked you by your house, hoping you will kiss me goodnight. Singing all the songs, playing all the games again. Hope is all I got when everything comes back again. Still I'm sad to be the one who's left behind. All the boys will tell what a wonderful girl you are. Remembering the days when all was fine and we were friends. When I walked you by your house, hoping you would kiss me goodnight.
There it is. I'm pretty satisfied with this one. All right, that was number 2. Now I'm going to make number 3 and 4, and then I will show you when they're done. All right. I have 4 drawings here. The first one you recognize. It's this one. I'm sorry about the tripod situation. You know what? Let's disconnect from this cheap tripod, and I will hold the camera instead. Okay, let's see here. Here we have the first one. I know it's hard to see in the dark, but I've become afraid the light will blind me. And the second one, I'm always reaching for the light, but I'm afraid it will burn. Now I tried a close-up here, and hands are really hard, but I think it's good. And you know, it's a cartoon. It's not meant to be super realistic, and it's about to be simple. And he says, I want to bring light into my world, but I always end up getting burned. So that's nice. And this one I like. It is, you can never see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's because it's never a straight and easy path. And he's walking and the cross hatching goes from side to side. And I'm really satisfied with that. So yeah, those were the 4 drawings for Trasig. All right. So that's the end of this video. Some drawing, and you saw something a little bit different. It's not a DIY project or something like that, but it's one of my most favorite hobbies is just to draw. And I apologize for the setup. I've been thinking about a way to hang up the phone so I can film in a level way, but I haven't really been able to build something to do that really yet, but it will come. Anyway, I will roll these up and put them in a tube and send them by mail to my dear friend Dennis so he can use them in his project, and I hope he'll like them because I like them. I'm quite pleased with these. Yeah, off and on again during the video you have seen some of my previous sketches, and if there is anything you want to see more of, or anything you are extra interested in, please tell me in the comments, and then perhaps we'll do more of that. And if you liked the drawing video, please leave a like. And I'll be back when I'll be back, and I don't know what we will be up to then, but it's something fun. All right. Have a nice day.